Have you ever wondered why our planet is heating up? It's a question that often gets lost in the rush of our daily lives, yet it's one that holds profound implications for our future. Welcome to our exploration of climate change science. This is a topic that's not just about charts, graphs, and complex scientific terms. It's about the world we live in, the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat. Our planet's temperature is rising, and it's rising fast. The last 2 decades have seen some of the warmest years on record. This isn't a random occurrence, but a trend, a warning from our planet. But why is this happening? What's causing these changes? And most importantly, what does this mean for our future? These are the questions we're going to explore. If you're intrigued and want to understand more, stay tuned as we break down the science of climate change. Climate change is not just a buzzword, it's a scientific reality with complex mechanisms. To understand the underpinnings of climate change, we need to delve into the concept of greenhouse gases. These are gases in our Earth's atmosphere that trap heat. They let sunlight pass through the atmosphere, but they prevent the heat that the sunlight brings from leaving the atmosphere. The main greenhouse gases include carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide. Now let's talk about where these gases come from. Carbon dioxide, or CO2, is primarily released through human activities such as deforestation and burning fossil fuels like coal and oil. Methane is emitted during the production and transport of coal, oil, and natural gas. It's also emitted by livestock and other agricultural practices, and by the decay of organic waste in municipal solid waste landfills. Nitrous oxide is emitted during agricultural and industrial activities, as well as during the combustion of fossil fuels and biomass. These greenhouse gases are part of the Earth's natural cycle, but the problem arises when their levels in our atmosphere increase. Imagine the Earth's atmosphere as a blanket. The thicker the blanket, the more heat it holds. Similarly, the more greenhouse gases in our atmosphere, the more heat they trap. Over the past 200 years, we've been thickening this blanket by adding more greenhouse gases to the environment, primarily by burning fossil fuels and cutting down carbon-absorbing trees. The result is that the world's average temperature is increasing, a phenomenon known as global warming. But remember, global warming is just one aspect of climate change. As the Earth's temperature increases, it leads to other changes such as more frequent and severe weather events, shifts in seasons, rising sea levels, and disruptions to ecosystems and agriculture. So the rise in these greenhouse gases is what's causing our planet to heat up. We've pulled back a layer of this complex mystery, and as we delve deeper, we'll uncover more about how our actions impact this delicate balance and what we can do to help restore it. But why are these greenhouse gases increasing, you might ask? Well, let's dive right into it. The answer lies in the activities we humans engage in daily. Firstly, consider our energy consumption. Our societies run on power derived mostly from burning fossil fuels like coal, oil, and natural gas. When burned, these fossil fuels release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Now, carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas, and it's particularly good at trapping heat. Imagine billions of people worldwide, each using electricity for lighting, heating, cooling, and powering devices. All these activities collectively contribute to a significant increase in the amount of carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. Then, there's deforestation. Forests act as our planet's lungs, absorbing carbon dioxide and releasing oxygen. But when we cut down trees for timber or to make way for agricultural land, we not only lose these natural carbon sinks, but also release the stored carbon back into the atmosphere. This double whammy effect of deforestation significantly increases the concentration of greenhouse gases. Finally, let's talk about industrialization. Our modern world is built on industry. From the cars we drive to the food we eat, everything is produced in factories that often rely on fossil fuels. The manufacturing process itself often involves chemical reactions that release greenhouse gases. And when goods are transported globally, more fossil fuels are burned, adding to the problem. It's like we've set a giant kettle on a stove and we keep turning up the heat. The kettle is our Earth, and the heat we're turning up is the greenhouse effect. The more greenhouse gases we pump into the atmosphere, the hotter our planet gets. So to answer the question, but why are these greenhouse gases increasing? We need to look no further than our own actions, from the energy we use, to the trees we cut down, to the goods we produce and consume. It all adds up. Yes, it's us humans who are accelerating this process. You might wonder, so what if the Earth gets a bit warmer? Well, let's start with rising sea levels. You see, as our planet heats up, the polar ice caps begin to melt. This doesn't just mean we'll have fewer cute polar bears. It means the water that was once safely stored as ice is now flowing into our oceans, causing them to rise. Imagine coastal cities, home to millions of people, gradually disappearing underwater. But that's not the only water-related issue. Climate change also leads to more frequent and severe weather events. We're talking about hurricanes, floods, droughts, heat waves, you name it. If you've ever been caught in a sudden downpour without an umbrella, you know that unexpected weather can be inconvenient. But on a larger scale, these events can cause devastating damage. Homes can be destroyed, crops can be ruined, and lives can be lost. And let's not forget about biodiversity. Our planet is home to millions of species, all coexisting in a delicate balance. But as habitats change due to rising temperatures, many of these species can't adapt quickly enough. This can lead to mass extinctions, disrupting ecosystems, and even affecting our food supply. Lastly, there's the impact on human health. Higher temperatures can lead to heat-related illnesses and deaths. Changes in climate can also affect the spread of infectious diseases. For instance, warmer conditions might allow disease-carrying insects to thrive in areas where they couldn't survive before. So you see, a warmer Earth isn't just about needing to crank up your air conditioning, it's about cities sinking beneath the waves, more frequent and severe weather events, threats to countless species, and direct impacts on our own health. Clearly, these aren't just minor inconveniences, they're serious threats to life as we know it. Now that we understand the problem, what can we do about it? Well, the good news is that the power to make a difference lies within reach of each one of us. Every action, no matter how small, can contribute to a larger global solution. Let's delve into some of the ways we can all play our part in combating climate change. Firstly, reducing energy consumption. This isn't about sitting in the dark or giving up all of life's comforts. It's about becoming aware of our energy use and finding ways to be more efficient. Turn off lights when you leave a room, unplug electronics when they're not in use, and consider investing in energy-efficient appliances. These simple habits can significantly reduce the amount of energy we consume on a daily basis. Next, recycling. It's more than just a good habit. It's a crucial step towards reducing the waste that ends up in our landfills and oceans. By separating our waste into recyclables and non-recyclables, we can ensure that valuable materials are reused, reducing the demand for new products and the energy required to produce them. And then there's supporting renewable energy. As individuals, we can champion renewable energy by choosing to buy electricity from renewable sources, investing in solar panels for our homes, or even just advocating for policies that promote renewable energy. This not only reduces our carbon footprint, but also sends a powerful message to energy companies and policymakers about the kind of future we want. Lastly, let's not forget about the power of our voices. By discussing climate change with others, we can help spread awareness and inspire more people to take action. By voting for leaders who prioritize the environment, we can ensure that our collective voice is heard at the highest levels of decision-making. So, let's get started. Let's make those small changes that can add up to big differences. Let's take responsibility not just for ourselves, but for our planet and for future generations who will inherit the Earth from us. Remember, every little action counts. We've unraveled the complexity of climate change, and now it's time to act. The knowledge we have gained is not just for us to keep. Sharing this understanding, increasing awareness is crucial. It's like a ripple effect. One person influences another, that person influences several more, and before you know it, we've created a wave of change. Let's remember, combating climate change isn't a one-man job, it's a collective effort. Every small action counts. Whether it's reducing your carbon footprint, planting a tree, or even just turning off the lights when they're not in use. These actions may seem small, but when multiplied by millions of people, they can have a massive impact. Let's use the power of unity to our advantage. Let's come together and make a difference. It's our planet, and the responsibility to protect it lies with all of us. Let's not wait until it's too late. Act now.